With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing. Had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another live episode of Learn Crypto, home of your daily updates on everything cryptocurrency. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
We got a pretty good day. How are you guys doing out there? The weather is nice. We're seeing a little green in the market. Now, we need to dig in here. Obviously, we'll let Todd do all the technical analysis over there using Wyckoff method and Elliott Wave. Now, we do have John McAfee saying he's going to run for presidency on a pro-cryptocurrency campaign here in the United States. We got Xeeda, a new form of a hardware wallet that I want to bring to your guys' attention. I don't know what I think about it yet. Hopefully your guys' insight can help me along the way if I need to add this to my hardware collection. Also, really big news, Twitch now allows for streamers to accept cryptocurrencies. We'll talk about which currencies that is and why I think that could be so big. As you know, yesterday we did talk about how I think gaming community and cryptocurrency community go hand in hand. Now, this is a way for cryptos to break into one of the largest streaming services for gamers. A ton of new eyes and potentially a lot of new retail investors could see this and get into the space. And I think that's about all the real news stories I have. We'll just see what's going on in the chat box. Oh, how could I forget? For those of you who gave us a super chat yesterday, I do have a little excerpt about Substratum. Somebody else wanted to know a little bit about Hashgraph, and then AGI will be, or Singularity Net will be going tomorrow, or since so many of you in the community have asked for my opinion on it, I might just do a full recorded review on AGI in a couple days or for this weekend. So make sure to stay tuned for that, and make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button before we get started, guys. And lastly, you know we are giving away Electrocoin every single live show, so leave a comment in the comment section below with your ECA wallet address to be entered. Alrighty. So what is going on in the market? Let's refresh this because we know it moves so fast. Market trying to get back up to that 350 billion mark. It's still falling short. Bitcoin dominance is on the rise a little bit at 37.7%. Bitcoin back above $7,600, up 1.4% for the day. A lot of coins are in single digit green today, but still good to see. EOS still not giving up much of its gains as far as Satoshi value is concerned. A little disappointed for me. I was hoping it will go back down to around 160 or 150,000 Satoshis so I can add a little bit to that bag. I still am very long on EOS. Obviously, their mainnet is not launched yet. They're going to have some FUD, some ups and downs until they figure this out. But I think Dan Larimer may have figured out a way for scaling integration over there. Also, the token economics behind EOS. So if you want to build on it, you actually have to use the delegated proof of stake in order to run your dApp that you build on the platform. Therefore, if your dApp is successful, you're going to need to hold more EOS, stake more EOS, which then you get into the supply and demand economics behind these prices. So we'll see what happens there. I'm hoping for a little bit of a pullback personally. Big winners today. Walton Chain up 10.15%. Now, the reason for this, we're probably about to talk about in this article. This is one of the coins that I was going to reference that I thought of instantly. Obviously, some other people in the market have the same thinking as well. Binance coin BNB up 8.74%. Elasto's up 9%. And Huobi token just keeps going up. I keep talking about it here, but saying I can't find an entry that I like. It ran on me too fast. I was looking at it when it was like $2 or $1.50. But man, it just keeps going. And then we got Ontology. I don't know if Mark D is in here anymore today, but he was calling for Ontology to go to $10. It did hit the $10 at the all-time high. Went down as low as $6, but is back up to $8. So good to see some green, see some altcoins coming to life. But like I said, most of these tokens are 2, 3, 4% in the green, so nothing crazy. But, you know, a percent a day keeps the doctor away. So we'll throw it over to Todd to do some technical analysis, and then we'll get into the fundamentals and the news.
Quick answer to Ty Kelly. I mean, on Elliott Wave, the third wave can never be the shortest. So normally it would be the largest wave and the most volume wave. So yeah, so if normally it would be a multiple of wave 1, which would be 1.618. So basically a Fibonacci of wave 1 at 1.618. That would take us to like, I haven't done exact, but that'd take us like 8,500 on Bitcoin if this is the start of a wave 3. But as you know, we've got the 15-minute in front of us. We did recover from overnight. We did have a couple decent bars down here of some volume. And then it's gotten really, really quiet, except for a quick, brief dip. So not much to say. If we fail here, then you know, some of these charts could be an ABC down, and we still could need a C wave down. But Bitcoin really looks like it needs to hold here and get through the highs of 7,800. Because if you look at Ethereum, would have room to say that this was the wave 1 here, A down, B up, and then come down for another C down around 565 or so. And that wouldn't hurt that chart at all. But I'm not sure that'd bring Bitcoin down to like 7150 or something. So that could get interesting tonight if Bitcoin can't get out of its way here.
Somebody just messaged me on Twitter and said we should have waited to go live until Tone Vase was over. Well, we're not going to change our schedule around Tone, but maybe that's why we do have a little bit less viewers right now, because Tone Vase is live with somebody else doing some technical analysis. So hopefully they start trickling over here so the chat box will become more active. You guys can continue to bounce ideas and questions off each other.
Interesting. Bitcoin Cash, 1145. A decent move up from 1045. So that one's been looking pretty strong here. Dash, 318. A little weaker. So that chart's not quite as impulsive. Same with Classic. So definitely we're separating kind of the strong and the weak here. Litecoin, 121.75. Move that down where it needs to be. So, you know, that one still looks all right. Neo looks pretty good at 54.58. Ripple, what? I keep talking about they got more banks joining their network, etc. So Ripple has stayed pretty firm here, up at 68.5 cents on the high today. ADA up another 4%. So still, I'm not adding much new to anything here because we're not getting a lot of movement. So volatility is pretty suppressed. So I think we've done a 1-2 off the bottom. We just need to continue to push higher. Decred looking halfway decent up here, 102 again. Like Nick said, EOS 1409. Not much else to go over here. I'll wait to see if anybody picks a few. Strat up 4% at 450.
Uh-oh, Gary O'Connell is in here, and he says he has a pork blaster.
Uh-oh. Join his Discord, probably. What else we got here? I mean, as we know, Zen's come under more pressure with the news. I would think that's got to be a steal here.
On that dip, no. We'll just say a confidential group went ahead and put a sell order on Zen today due to the fact that they did have a 51% attack. So that is why you saw a straight down candle. Now, adversely, usually when they put out these reports, you get a straight up green candle, and it usually resorts back to its mean as the price action figures itself out. So obviously when I saw the straight down red candle, I did tweet that I bought some more Zen at 290k sats, and it may be a good opportunity to buy the effing dip there. Now you got to do your own research on this. This is all based off of, you know, a theory. Now my theory is that it will revert back to the mean after this report settles out, after all the confidential individuals get done selling, and that way I just made a nice scalp trade, or I just increased my position in Zen, which I do believe in over the long run with their privacy platform, their Zen Cash, their media, their et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's my hypothesis on that there, and probably why it kind of messes up the technical analysis on the chart as well, because you can't really build in to the chart some of these just random occurrences like confidential groups, etc.
And 21 to 24 is previous spike lows, so I think it'll be interesting here if it can recover from these spike lows, which I would expect. ZRX $1.27, still kind of coiling, but I think ZRX is still good. So, and then you mentioned, let's go back to ONT, BTC up 6%. That one continues to try to work towards the highs.
Corey Roberts says, are you all in Litecoin? I think Litecoin is still a pretty good risk to reward ratio for a hold, only because they are on like every single new iteration of fiat onboarding gateways. And when new money and institutional money does come, which we've been saying for a while, that is what is going to be accessible. Also, Litecoin has the highest correlation with Bitcoin. So if you're bullish on Bitcoin, then you should be bullish on Litecoin. Since Litecoin has a suppressed market cap, in my opinion, Litecoin has a very high probability of outpacing Bitcoin during the next bull run.
If the Litecoin markings I have up here now for Elliott Wave are true, I mean, it's going to get exciting in Litecoin. So we're going to see, because it could add a completed triangle, now a 1-2. And the Elliott Wave is going to be actually a separate course, because, you know, Wyckoff always basically wanted to stay true to Wyckoff. So I've used Elliott Wave in the past really as more of a confirming indicator, etc. Maybe 5-10% of what I do. So it's just been a lot more of what I do on this show, since we're still trying to get all the consolidated volume figured out to talk better about price and volume versus for Wyckoff. So the Elliott Wave course is going to be a separate course, and I don't know where the price point's going to be. If there's enough information on it, I'm going to say like $199, but possibly $99 if it's a shorter course. But we've got some chapters done, and I'm waiting on George Stein to continue it. So he's really written it for me, and I'm going to kind of, okay, when he gets done, add a few charts of my own, and then we're going to launch it.
There you go. All right, Gary O'Connell, I'm going to go through 2 news articles here and a couple fundamentals, and then I'm sure everybody in here wants to hear your pork blaster for us, all right? So stay awake. I know it's like 2 a.m. where you're at, but you can make it through it. For all the hype, blockchain applications are still years, even decades away, according to some here at CNBC. But don't care what their vision is for the long-term acceptance. Obviously, they're saying that it may be years and decades away, but mass adoption will happen, which is bullish. But what's more important to me here is several analysts expect blockchain will prove its value in supply chain management, where Cisco and IBM are both working on applying the technology. Now, why does this have importance? Well, as we know, I think it was the last Senate hearing here in the United States. They talked about crypto, specifically how blockchain can be utilized with supply chain management. Now, when you're looking at this, what cryptocurrencies do you think about firstly with supply chain management? Usually RFID technology comes to the tip of your tongue. That would be VeChain, which also happens to be having a mainnet launching on June 30th. Also, you could think about Walton Coin, which had 11% gain today. You could think about Wabi and some others. So I'll take a look into that sector based on what I'm reading here, what the Senate hearing was about, and really what I think is a real-world application for blockchain that can happen relatively quickly. Also, look what names they mention here. They mention Cisco and IBM. Now, IBM, if you see their commercials, constantly is talking about cloud and blockchain, etc. They're really pushing for blockchain both on their platform and to expand it out to other industries that they can make some revenue on. Who did IBM partner with? You haven't heard much about it lately since we have been in the bear cycle and no real new news has come out. But they are partnered with Stellar XLM, and they are utilizing them as kind of their international transaction layer and trying to build on top of the XLM blockchain. So you might want to keep some of those names in mind. Still, industry experts project on average that the technology will take 5.9 years to gain widespread adoption. Many blockchain enthusiasts also say the technology will work best not as a new system within private enterprise, but in its pure form, an open source, publicly accessible platform powered by a global network of users. Now, the reason that this last point is kind of interesting is because somebody gave a super chat for me to give my opinion on Hashgraph today, which we'll get into in a second, and you'll kind of see how Hashgraph is not an open source, publicly accessible platform powered by the network, but really owned and powered by one individual company. So pretty interesting. And then we were talking about this yesterday, how I believed gamers and cryptocurrencies, both ecosystems collide because gamers on a day-to-day basis can understand digital currencies and the trading of digital items because we do it every single day in each and every game that we play. Now, Twitch streamers can now tip with 4 cryptocurrencies. If you don't know what Twitch is the largest streaming platform, especially for gamers, but now people stream other stuff, kind of use it as almost a YouTube. It is owned by Amazon, I believe, as well. So there you go. Keep that in mind. Users of the popular video game streaming application Twitch can now tip each other using a variety of cryptocurrencies. The integration is made possible by a firm called Streamlabs, who have built a protocol that can send tips through a user's Coinbase account. Now, when you guys send us a super chat or somebody subscribes, when you see your name pop up, hear the noise, etc., that is all done with Streamlabs. So we might even integrate the ability to accept cryptocurrencies as tip rather than fiat over here on the show as well. The well-known video game stream website Twitch is extremely popular. The page sees millions of visitors every month. Now users of the platform can tip each other with 4 cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin. I don't know why they called it Bitcoin Core. I'm not even sure if that is a cryptocurrency. Essentially, Twitch streamers can get a Streamlabs account tied to their Coinbase account, which enables crypto-infused tips with no additional fees. Streamlabs representative Tom Maneri revealed the integration just Sunday, June 4th. Now, why is this big? Again, we're seeing these top 4 large caps being the only ones integrated. I know they will add more coins in the future, same with Cred and a lot of these other applications. But at first, these are the only options. So you're going to see money flow into these top options. I know we all love the altcoins. We all love the high risk to reward coins. But I just want to reiterate how important it is to have some of these large caps in your portfolio because new money, newbies to the space, people who, you might have been a newbie 6 months ago. What did you buy first? You bought one of these 4 coins. That's just the way it works, guys. It's pretty exciting. I think they're bringing two really good communities together. And also what this is going to do is get more people to sign up for Coinbase because every single Twitch streamer is not going to pass up an opportunity to get some more tips for them streaming. So they will be connecting their Coinbase accounts. I am sure of that.
Yeah, Gary, if you're at my house, there'll be no whiskey there. The wife has a little bit of wine, but you won't find any other alcohol there.
All right, Gary, what's your pork blaster? What do you got for us?
He's probably drinking, so he's not sure at the moment. He's still looking for it.
Jeff Wee says, I'll wait for the bounce before buying Zen. There you go. We have seen a minor bounce. It did hit as low as about 285,000 sats. I was trying to buy around there and send a tweet out for you guys. It bounced up to around 320,000. Now we're back a little bit off of that because somebody has put a sell wall up for like 3,000 Zen at around 330 or 320K sats. Now, are they actually trying to sell that, or are they just trying to manipulate the market? I can't tell you guys, but that's what I'm seeing on the charts.
HYB, what is HYB? It doesn't come up at Coinigy. It must be a small exchange.
HYB. I got nothing for HYB on CoinMarketCap either.
1 week moon, right.
You want to send some to a wallet for me then, Gary? Because it doesn't look like I can find out where to buy it.
Somebody mentioned BNB. It is having a run back to highs. The high was 16.25. We're at 15.65. So not much volume coming in really for Bitcoin, Tether, Binance, but
let me answer this.
Some good price action.
Question over here as well. John West says, why the $2 difference between Binance and Bittrex on Zen? Well, in my opinion, since Zen was just listed to Binance and they had the Zen competition going over there, you got a lot of new holders of Binance. Now, when this confidential group went ahead and put a sell order on Zen Cash due to the 51% attack, everybody who was part of that confidential group is probably old holders of Zen. Therefore, they were, told to buy it on Bittrex. So a majority of the people who actually get that newsletter and would react to that news are going to be on Bittrex, hence why I think the price dropped faster and harder over on Bittrex versus the new exchange in Binance.
There you have it. Sounds right.
So Wonder Full Bricks wants to know if you'll take a look at Power Ledger real quick, and then I guess I'll go over these two projects that some great individuals in the community gave us some super chats for yesterday.
There's 2 hour power. I mean, it looks like a lot of charts, so nothing to brag about. I mean, if it's had a 1-2 off the lows, I mean, it should be at least dig in here. So I think it all matters what Bitcoin and the big caps do here, I think. I don't think it's going to be, I think it's all caps going to move together.
And from a fundamental perspective, I like Power Ledger. I hold a little bit of Power Ledger, and the reason I do that is because they do have a working product that is utilizing blockchain. They have a value proposition for that token, and they do have some like dummy cities or test cities going on utilizing their technology and solar panels, etc.
I mean, there's XLM, one that we have liked. That definitely looks like a leading triangle there. The problem is maybe why Bitcoin's slowing up here. I mean, a move down to move down here on a 2 wouldn't hurt the chart. So that might be what's happening instead of saying the 2 is already over with. Again, if you're on Elliott wave theory, there's not much volume coming in on any of this here. So even off the low, no volume came in on a lot of these coins. So, which might be a slow start. And then tomorrow is 6-6. So we shall see what tomorrow's action brings. Hopefully it's not like the, what was the consensus? Yeah, that gave us nothing.
Absolutely nothing. All right, I guess I'll steal this back. Driven Muffin wants to know, Todd, what do you think is our direction for Bitcoin in the short term?
I mean, I'm still leaning that we're going higher. I think the 1-2 is, I've been calling this. We had the diagonal. I thought we could pull back to 7,400. We've done that, and then we had a nice smart rally this morning on a little bit of volume down here. Volume wasn't bad on Bitcoin's rally, so I still think maybe a surprise to the upside here. But, it kind of needs to happen tonight, so.
Sweet. So if you guys were here yesterday, somebody gave me a super chat for my opinion on Substratum. Also, somebody else gave a super chat for opinion on Hashgraph. So I have some bullet points I wanted to mention here, give you guys a perspective on what it is and what my thoughts are on it. So Substratum is an open source network that allows anyone to allocate spare computing resources to make the internet a free and fair place for the entire world. Everyone who runs a Substratum node gets paid via cryptocurrency each time they serve content. It's easy to participate and helps build a better, more open internet. Okay. The Substratum network is a worldwide collection of nodes that securely delivers content, hopefully making it so you never need to use a VPN or the Tor network. Again, that's kind of their vision. Now, they saw price movements and recognition due to several factors. Number one, from Data Dash, one of the largest YouTube channels. He did several interviews with them. It came out that he was given a substantial amount of sub, which apparently he lost. And he was very bullish on them for a while. Also, we had the net neutrality regulation going through, so that kind of gave them some bullish momentum. And they even created a documentary that they released on CNN back in April. Now, all these stimulants, in my opinion, have been fading lately. That is why you're seeing Substratum in this accumulation phase. And if you're really looking to invest in this kind of sector, personally, I think I like MAID and BAT a little bit better for similar sectors. Now, there are some differences amongst each project, but I just prefer those two. Now, if you were a holder of Substratum, I don't know if I would want to sell it at this point because it has come so far off the highs, and this could be an accumulation phase. We'll let Todd look at the charts to where you might be able to see some great upside potential, and then maybe you can take profits at that point. But another reason I'm not too excited for Substratum is if you go here and you take a look at their roadmap. Okay, we've done all this. Q2, they've already done the documentary in April, and then what? It just says future. Now, what they say here is all great and dandy, but we're about to be in 3Q 2018. They got nothing for the rest of 2018, 2019. So they're not really saying or guaranteeing anything to investors or the community at this time. If Substratum was able to gain the trust and users of the Tor network, if you don't know what the Tor network is, essentially it is a privacy network that is used a lot by the dark interwebs, whether it's for crime or just people who want their privacy. If they can prove that they have the same privacy capabilities with lower latency than the Tor network, then I would have to reconsider investing in Sub. Sub is kind of a niche-y thing in my mind where a lot of everyday individuals will not see the need to use Substratum. Only these individuals who already use Tor network and some of these other privacy networks. So until you get that user base to go over there, I think there's a very low chance for any massive adoption from my perspective. Now, this is just my opinion. This is not investment advice. Also, I guess real quick while we're at it, we'll go over Hashgraph. Somebody asked, what is Hashgraph? What is your opinion on Hashgraph? Does it mean doom and gloom for cryptocurrencies? So there's several key points to mention about Hashgraph. First, Hashgraph does not have a cryptocurrency. Secondly, it does not have a public ledger. Instead, Hashgraph is a permissioned ledger with closed source code owned and operated by Swirlds. So it's owned and operated by one individual, one company. Hashgraph is an interesting consensus protocol that has been shown to yield high throughput in private and static setting. Hashgraph is fast, fair, and secure within the permission setting it currently operates in. Now, however, if and when used in a public setting, Hashgraph will face the same issues that other public blockchains are facing today and may not be able to maintain its security and/or performance under those new constraints. We have had much development in the public blockchain sector, or the cryptocurrencies that you are investing in or utilizing on the everyday, to try and solve the scaling issues. Most notably, Ether is trying to implement proof of stake for their Casper protocol. Neo is employing dedicated Byzantine vault tolerance. EOS going to be utilizing delegated proof of stake, and Zilliqa is trying to implement sharding. I appreciate the tech behind Hashgraph, but I don't think it means the end or diminishes the use case for blockchain, cryptocurrencies, or public ledgers. Hashgraph technology has proved itself, like I said, in a predetermined setting that it is better than a lot of these current blockchain solutions. But that is under their own constraints and in a private setting. Also, it is not open source, guys. In order to build on Hashgraph, you actually have to pay Swirlds to even set up an SDK wallet. It's interesting. Like I said, I appreciate the tech, but is it going to wipe away cryptocurrencies and the need for public ledgers and really the main reason for cryptocurrencies, a decentralized network effect for peer-to-peer transactions and privacy? No, because it doesn't have any of those features currently, and I really don't see them implementing them anytime soon.
Dang, Vapid, you timed out Nod Butterman. I wanted to talk about that loser.
Nod Butterman?
He's got a Twitter account. He's got everything going on. This guy, you know, obviously he has no job, just sitting at home, watching other channels, and then wants to jump on me. So I think it's funny.
I don't know what he said, but hey, you know, he looks a lot like both of us. I guess they merged both our faces together or something.
I'm all going to say, you know, if you need a job, man, give me a hit. You know, hit me up. I might be able to help you out.
Oh, that
you obviously have nothing going on in your life. Dumbass.
Oh,
but it's funny. But yeah, Vapid, let him talk. He's too funny. So actually, can you guys, this is the Elliott Wave Principle by Frost and Prechter. That's what I would buy if you want to learn about Elliott Wave. So
probably get it on Amazon, have it in 2 days, etc.
That's what I would buy. That's the one. Mine looks so bad because I actually went through our house fire and it was a signed copy. So this one is not looking too sharp.
Signed by the author?
Yeah.
That's cool.
But it's, yeah, it's got major water damage. So. Now look, now there's Learn Crypto FUD. These guys just, they've stolen the logo and everything. Wow, you guys are, I know we're doing something right. I guess they're getting mad because we're getting so many subscribers and stuff. That's the problem.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so if you don't have any haters, you're not doing anything right. So I know we're getting at everybody now.
Hey, at least it provides some entertainment for you guys over here.
Right.
Well, do you guys have any charts that you want Todd to look at real quick? I have a couple more things to talk about a little later in the show, or have any fundamental questions for us. I know you guys had a ton of questions yesterday, so make sure to get on that. Also, Gary O'Connell said, well said, Nick, on Hashgraph. The video is a biased view. Yeah, I mean, if you look at a lot of the articles out there, even doing research on Hashgraph is pretty hard. Everything seems very biased for Hashgraph, probably because there's actually a company behind it as well. But I was able to finally dig through some stuff and kind of create my own perspective on it, the actual good use cases for it, and what I don't think it could be used for.
Was that Morse code? It could be, because him and Matt are back to being best friends, even though Matt's the one that got him all hating us.
Todd, they want you to look at the AGI chart. Anon says, hey, Todd, I have no job. I could use one. I'm sitting home watching.
We're trying to explode this business here. I mean, I'm spending every day getting ready for a crypto explosion.
Gary says, can I hate you? Will I get free stuff? Gary, one rule of the show, you cannot buy the course and you will never get anything free. But, I mean, you keep throwing out those pork blasters. Maybe I'll have to toss you like one Ripple or something.
All right, we got a nuke behind us. We got some more funny things coming. Nick was on Amazon buying a few things. So
that's our rocket ship. That's our Learn Crypto rocket ship. Now, I know you can't tell because it seems like it's really far away in this image, but that rocket ship is actually taller than me. It's like 6'2". So it's no joke. And it's got the blue windows to match the Learn Crypto. I just thought it was hilarious, so I had to go on there and spend a little cash. All right, let's look at a few charts, go over a few more fundamental things here, and we'll go ahead and wrap it up because I know you guys don't want to sit here and waste your whole night watching us.
This is AGI BTC that I know. What is it, Blake Neely? He's not in here, is he? He's the one's always asking about that. They're stacking Stoner. I think Blake was all over this one before it popped. So definitely big volume coming in and trying to hold. So I would think that one looks good. And then I was going to look at, we're getting a ton of views and followers out of the Typerium. So that stuff's coming hard. Here's Venn. I mean, you've got to be impressed with this chart. You know, it rallied into the 22nd. So that one's impressive. I mean, it wouldn't take much of a good market to get that thing above the 60,000, and then you're going to start looking at all these highs, and then you got all-time highs not too far away. So
yeah, and guys, remember, from a fundamental perspective, this is one we've kind of been talking about. Even after my initial review of it, I thought it was a little overpriced. Obviously, then we went into that dip. That would have been a good opportunity there. But like I've always said, I think VeChain and a lot of these RFID technologies solve a real-world problem. Obviously, now we're seeing that come up in these articles where they're mentioning that it needs to be used for supply chain, which is what that would fall into. And then, like I said, up until June 30th is when the mainnet happens, so you might see a run there as well. Obviously, not financial advice, but I think, Venn, it is already a large cap. Now, you're not going to get a million
obviously,
gains,
it is financial advice.
Hey, no, I mean,
but we'll say it's not.
It's not.
Buy it. Connor McNuggets says, I think Morse code's back over at Crypto News.
Gary O'Connell said, you're not talking XRP anymore. I think it's ready to pop. What's your view? You must not have watched yesterday or the past 2 days. We talked about it a little bit in the past 2 shows. Yesterday, we talked about how they were doing a lot of donations and getting a lot of that publicity over there. You know how I feel about Ripple. I think it is a great...
He's being too nice. We're waiting for someone to get stopped out, and then it'll moon.
Yeah, look, it's one of those coins that I think that you have the ability to make gains on. But from a fundamental perspective, I prefer XLM for that sector. But XRP, since it does have kind of that cultish following behind it, I think in the next bull run we'll probably have some pretty good gains.
But yeah, the Venn looks good. And Ripple, I mean, that one could have, that could have another quick run. So the chart doesn't look too bad. I mean, it came off the low nicely from 55 cents. So, and holding the gains well.
We got Travis Ward in here. He's new to the channel. Welcome, Travis. He wants to take a look at the burst chart.
And going back to Litecoin, if that triangle on Litecoin is good to go and we've done a 1-2, then I would say, yeah, it's about ready to blast off. But that's not investment advice because it's going to get interesting here. Burst, hold on, I thought I had burst. I need to get this. I don't like it being alphabetized. I've got another place where I got it that way, but let's do burst BTC at Bittrex. And there's not much, that chart's showing strength too, so I'd be long that one here as well. I think that one goes higher. A lot of strength here recently. Wyckoff's all about buying strength, so I would take that one.
Our adopted son is back. That is hilarious.
Who said that?
Nod Wyckoff Butterman said another guy.
Nod Wyckoff Butterman. That's too funny.
Oh man, I'm glad I'm getting some laughs.
Yeah, we've ruffled a few feathers with in the last week, so
that's funny.
Just doing our jobs, all we're doing, providing quality advice and information. Here's DCN. Somebody mentioned DCN BTC. Whoa. Let's go back. I mean, that's a 15 minute. Let's go back to 2 hours, see if I can. That looks a little better. And that is 323. I mean, I'd like to see a little more historical, but I wouldn't be scared of being long that one.
I wouldn't be afraid to sell the next pump on that one either by the looks of that chart. All right, I guess I'm going to...
yeah, Sun Scorpio, I got it listed up. See, I tell you what I've got is over here I do have an alphabetical list I can click to. On my main list, I don't really want to alphabetize because I kind of keep the coins I really watch at the top.
There you go.
And then if I alphabetize it, then it screws up what I really want to see when I'm looking at stuff on my phone especially.
Cool, let me steal this. We got a couple more news articles, then we'll see if you guys have any questions. And if not, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below with your ECA wallet address. We are giving away well over 100,000 ECA every single live show for this week. So if you didn't catch the live show yesterday but you want to enter, get over there, watch it, throw your ECA wallet address into the comment section, and smash that subscribe button, because why not? So anyways, John McAfee running for U.S. president on pro cryptocurrency platform. Now, we do have a lot of viewers who are not part of the United States, but United States is driving a lot of ICO and traditional cryptocurrency investments at this time, especially with Coinbase about to be a custodian for institutional money to come into play. So, McAfee announced his candidacy on Sunday and tied it to his current role in promoting cryptocurrencies. I believe this will best serve the crypto community by providing the ultimate campaign platform for us, he said. I didn't say that. I'm not running for president. If asked again by the Libertarian Party, I will run with them. And if not, I will create my own party, McAfee said. McAfee seems to have realistic expectations for his current presidential run, tweeting, "Don't think that I have a chance of winning. I do not. But what truly changes America is not the president, but the process of creating one." Now, I thought that was interesting, as first of all, as McAfee's been all over the place over the duration of his life, but before he had his little drug binge, he was a very successful man with the software design of McAfee's antivirus. Also, he has been a big proponent of cryptocurrencies and has been right so far. Now, he might have to go on stage and have a hot dog eating competition if Bitcoin does not see $1 million over the next couple of years. But I think if he runs for presidency, a lot of people are going to see and hear about cryptocurrencies from the mind of McAfee.
Do we have some McAfee 2020 pins? Because we need to...
Yeah, we'll be giving away some McAfee stuff. Maybe
we need to do some acrylic coins for that.
He's making some of these like collectible hologram dollar bills here, McAfee dollars here. I'll try to get my hands on some of those if they're reasonably priced. So maybe we'll give some of those away to you guys.
They said that about Trump 2 years ago. Exactly.
There you go. You never know. And I'll tell you what, do I think McAfee can win? No. But if he did win by some chance, holy moly, Bitcoin will be $1 million. Maybe this is his ploy to make sure Bitcoin is $1 million by 2020 or 2022 or whatever you said. Because if he got in the presidency, whoa, see you, Federal Reserve, hello, Bitcoin.
Are you giving away any ECA, or do you just keep that all for yourself?
I'm just going to tell you I'm going to give it away, and then I'm just going to keep it.
That's kind of what I was thinking, and a few people in the chat.
No, we did. We gave away during the rain. Also, we'll probably just announce all of the winners for ECA on Friday.
If we keep forgetting about it, everyone will forget, and then we can just keep them. That's what you're trying to do.
You only have 48 hours to claim.
Let's change the subject. Right, you only got a few hours to. Give me the chart for a second. I got Tron brought up. This is a chart I brought up before when I did the backup here, and it did rally up and doing another backup. I mean, that chart by itself looks good. I'm not impressed here in the last few days. This here is, we should have had a little bit of acceleration to the upside, and we're not getting it. So I think it's interesting here. I'd probably, if I don't own it right now, I'd probably rather chase a rally or buy a dip to new lows here possibly, but that chart by itself looks good. There's Bitcoin back to 76.30. So we shall see. I'm Secretary of Crypto.
That's hilarious. And then I got one more article here. I kind of want to get your guys' opinion and kind of show this to you since it is going live on pre-sale today. So I don't know if you guys have looked into this or are interested. But it's a new hardware wallet coming to the space. Now, what is different about this hardware wallet versus Trezor and Ledger is it is actually wire-free. With the Ledger and the Trezor, as you know, if you have one, you have to plug it in and then USB it directly into your computer, add a passphrase, and then now your wallets are unlocked. This one called Xeeda actually just plugs in directly into your phone, iOS or Android. You don't need a battery, apparently. It draws power from the phone itself. You then need to use the biometric authentication already in part of all the phones now, the iPhones, whether it's your fingerprint or your face. And then there is a password associated with each Xeeda as well, therefore protecting it. Now, my only concern was they don't really mention what happens if you lose it. Now, if you lose a Trezor or a Ledger hardware wallet, you have a passphrase associated with that. You can buy a new one, and you can re-access all your funds using your passphrase. Apparently, Xeeda does the same thing. I went into their Telegram, asked around. That's what they told me. I told them they should probably put that on their website because that's kind of a big component to whether people would trust your system and whether they would maybe buy one of these. So we'll see. Their thinking is no wires. Everybody's got a smartphone they can utilize, so everybody can put this on their keychain and have their hardware wallet with them so they can walk into a coffee shop, not even have to have any Bitcoin on the phone, plug this in, pay for the coffee, unplug it, and it's back offline, as simple as that. They've also integrated with what is a Shapeshift over here, where you will actually be able to trade all integrated cryptocurrencies with each other. That way you don't even have to move them to an exchange to trade. Now, granted, you're on a limited list and the fees are probably higher, but that's still very interesting as well. And then the other thing that I thought was cool was this. It kind of has a built-in Blockfolio application as it keeps track of all the coins that are on the hardware wallet and puts them in this portfolio setting here for you where you can track your gains, the total amount in your portfolio, etc. So I think it's pretty interesting, and I think it's actually cheaper than Ledger. I think on the pre-sale, it's like $119. I think the Ledger is somewhere around $150 or $200, same with the Trezor. So I thought it was interesting. Now, what coins are integrated? Here's what it looks like. It comes with this case, too. So that's where they're saying you can put it on your keychain. It's safe. You're ready to go. Use it on day-to-day purchases, whatever.
Looks like good cologne.
Right? So current supporting coins. Now, this is something we always hammer on. What is integrated? Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XLM, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, Ripple, and look what popped up again. Zencash. We talked about the Cred application. What did it have? Zencash. We talked about a new exchange the other day. What did it have? Zencash. I don't know how Zencash keeps finding its way into the, top 5, top 8, top 10 coins, but it's starting to do that, and its market cap definitely does not reflect that. Might want to keep an eye on it, guys, especially with the dip we saw today, which was from outside sources. Now, I'm not trying to shill it. You guys know I own it. I'm just trying to get you guys in good positions, or what I think are good positions for the long run of cryptocurrencies. That's about all the news I got. If you guys have heard about Xeeda or might be looking into a hardware wallet, maybe look into Xeeda, compare this to the Ledger and the Treasure. I haven't pre-saled one, but for 119 bucks, I might do it just to be able to play around and talk about it with you guys.
Connor McNugget asked about IOST. I just quickly brought that up. I mean, we had some volume come in off the bottom and a pretty big run up to the highs. Now we've had a 0.618 retracement. Volume came in a little bit off the highs, and then it's really quiet right now. So because of my overall thinking, I mean, I would be long that one for sure. That's all I got, McNugget.
Crypto El Patron, Panic sold the dip. If you follow us on Twitter, I would have told you what exactly caused that dip, and maybe you could have saved yourself some coins. Hopefully it goes back lower, and then maybe you can go ahead and buy in back at a good price.
There's WTC that looked good into February and has came under pressure. A little percent gain today. I mean, this definitely could have been a selling climax here, so definitely a good place to find support. So once again, I'd rather be long that and maybe a stop here at the previous low of, a day or two ago.
Let's see here. Gary said he sold Bitcoin at $800 and he's still waiting for a retracement. Did I do it right, Todd?
Matt Beasley's forehead? These guys.
Everything is crazy.
Man, Matt Beasley's forehead. Who came up with that?
All right. And somebody wants to look at Sky on Binance if possible.
Nick, hell-raising hellman.
And then Craig Nickman says, when's the ECA giveaway? Craig, to participate in that, once this video is uploaded to YouTube, leave a comment in the comment section below with your ECA wallet address. We will be picking at least one, probably 2, 3, 4 winners per live stream video. We go live Monday through Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. So if you didn't catch the show yesterday, make sure to watch it and leave a comment, and you are entered to win, my friend. We'll get in contact with you, and I'll send that ECA right over if you are a winner.
Jay Stevens, Bitcoin Cash acts pretty well. I had a few PCG clients. We moved a little money over to Bitcoin Cash from a few holdings, so that one still acts well. We got Skycoin. I don't know. I guess that had to be some type of pump. Sorry, I don't know what that was. I don't follow Sky that close. So that's a hard one for me to say much about. You know what that was, Nick? You usually are all over those.
I don't know what that was all about. I'm not positive. Now, let me take the screen real quick because who is it over here? Somebody was Anon was saying, did you watch the QKC launch on Binance? Guys, I brought this to your attention during the live show yesterday. I said, don't chase the green candles. The inflationary rate on this coin is going to be 40% for this first year. That is huge. And look what's happening today. It is down 25% compared to Bitcoin's value. Hopefully, you took some of my advice. And Binance even put out a warning themselves, laying it all out. Here's the numbers, guys. Here's the inflationary rate. You'll probably have an opportunity to buy this at a cheaper price due to the inflation that is built into the project. So there it is. If you are a holder and you believe in the project, you're still probably good for the long term. You got in the investment for a reason, but this is just a prime example of never to FOMO into projects, especially if you haven't done a full fundamental research on them yourselves.
Gary said Dentcoin somewhere. He said Dentcoin is ready for a blaster. Now he might. Dang, Gary, you might be onto something there. I do like the chart pattern here. I mean, this definitely looks like a selling climax, automatic rally, a test, and came down here and we did kind of spring these lows and test them. We've had some volume coming in off the low, so we're gonna hold Gary to that one. So we're gonna watch that one, Gary. I think he was serious about that one, so we probably should put that in red because it's probably going to be a limp brisket, but we'll give you a green on that one for the time being.
Gary said he got in QKC yesterday on IDAX and made 300%. Well, shout out to you if you actually did that and sold the top. I don't know if it went up that much, but I know at one point it was like 13 or 15 times the ICO price which is, you know, right on exchange laws does not make sense.
Well, these guys, they're logging in with YouTube or what? I mean, I've always been pretty busy. I've never had time to troll people, but.
Who knows? Just laugh at it because I think it's funny.
Oh, it is funny.
The creative. Well, that's about all we got, guys. If you have any other questions, let us know.
Bitcoin 76.28. So, man, we are just stuck in this range today. So we're at higher highs for what, the last little bit here. So let's see if we can get an explosion to the upside.
There you go.
Free fake Google accounts.
Crypto Caesar wants you to look at UUU. I've never heard of that.
UUU.
It's called the U Network. Let's see what markets it's available on over here for you.
Yeah.
It's only available on BuyBox and DDEX, so I don't think we're going to be able to see a chart on
I'm not
that.
gonna see that one.
As I know DDEX is a decentralized exchange and BuyBox just doesn't have that much volume probably to be on Coinigy. I don't know much about this project personally, and looking at their charts, it looks like they've been about in this range since its existence. It looks like it might have just got out of ICO because the furthest back history goes back only to April 17th, and there hasn't been much price action on that project.
Christopher Campbell likes it too. Tomorrow's a 6. I don't know, guys. I mean, if you look at that chart, I mean, it looks like there's something going on monthly. There's no doubt. So
we will see.
We shall see.
Peric Hennerby says he wants to see Electra, or he said I demand Electra. I don't know if that means you just want to see a chart or what.
No, it means you want some of that hundreds of thousands you got over there.
It's all done by random guys. We are fair on this show.
And it's not raining.
I cannot give it out to you. I did give the opportunity for everybody to get in their Discord and participate in the rain where everybody received an equal share. Now, it wasn't that much, but that way everybody won.
What up, Tom? Tom wants to hear from Nick about XRP.
Tom, we talked about XRP positive news yesterday. I can only talk about.
Give us a break.
I can only talk about positive things.
We're not
going to
shill XRP
once a week. I don't believe in the project, but I will give it props on good news. That's all I can do for you guys. I've held XRP, I've sold it. You know, I bought XRP, my first XRP, I think when it was 5 or 10 cents. I sold it around 80 cents and $1. Bought some more because you guys made me too at 40 cents. Sold it at 90 cents. I think it's a trading cord. Fundamentally, I do not believe in the project, but you can make gains just because of that.
But
community.
as we said, though, I mean, that's a, CNBC talks about it. That's a well-known coin. So if everybody runs to cryptos, that's what happened last time. They ran to Ripple. So who knows?
Crypto Caesar is new in here, and he said, all right, can you look at Zcash? That one I know we can find.
First of all, we're going to bring up the RDD because we did give away some of that too. This is POA in front of you. Gary's arrow is at the red line, so we need to, he's got small losses there. Here's RDD on the 2-hour. Let's go and look at the 4-hour. I mean, once again, still got the triangle formation. This rally was pretty good off the lows with some volume. And no volume here. Here the last few days, it hasn't done well, but that chart on its own doesn't look too bad. So that's a decent one, I think, still here.
And then the new person to the channel wants to look at Zcash.
Par rake Hinebry.
Well, you did that a lot better than I did, I can tell you that.
You tore that one up?
I
heard you over there saying something. I don't know what you said.
It's small on the screen, we're in the flow. It is what it is. Austin says we're going to pop today and die tomorrow. There we go. That's a perspective.
Looking at a few notes here.
You need to look at Zcash for this new guy, Todd.
Zcash?
Yeah.
Garlinghouse he's talking the talk, so.
Don't worry, Crypto Chizer. I got him on his game over here. I'll get your chart.
Zcash 238. Might still hold some of that in some portfolios. Obviously like the move to 380. Didn't really expect for it to come back to a 240. But The chart doesn't look too pretty, but ultimately I like the way it's above the 175 level still, when a lot of things are closer to that. So I still think Zcash is good.
And from a
I
fundamental,
think that's a quality holding still.
yeah, for a fundamental perspective, I personally like XMR better, but Zcash is probably still a decent hold because they are integrated into the funds by Grayscale, which means that they actually hold the underlying. So they're going to be forced to buy more if more individuals start investing their IRA money in cryptocurrencies. Also, I like when that thing continues to ride in the higher channel because you guys know this is one of the most profitable at-home mining coins with NVIDIA miners at least. And I have NVIDIA miners, so usually some of my miners are on Zcash for the profitability reasons, and I sell a majority of that to purchase some of these other coins that we talk about on a daily basis.
Do you have a bet on the finals?
Yes, I got a bet on the finals. Cleveland's my team. Why wouldn't I have a bet? I got a big game tomorrow. Cleveland's got to win the money line tomorrow, and then I'll be looking pretty. Obviously, I want them to win the championship, but I just don't think they have the firepower to beat the Warriors, guys. I just don't. Somebody asked percentage-wise for LTC. I don't know the exact percentage. It was a little bit higher.
15% over here, maybe.
15, yeah. And I was going to say probably around 15 to 20 before. It is a little lower now because, like I said, I wanted to accumulate a Zen supernode, which I was able to do. I want to have a Linda masternode. If you guys have not read Linda's new white paper, take a read. Now, I want you to read that white paper. It's like 50 pages. And tell me what the market cap of that coin should be. And then make a decision from there. I will be getting at least one masternode on their network. And then obviously the Electra communities kind of got me excited. They're fun. They kind of brought me in. So I think that community-based coin can see a lot of gains as well. So I own some ECA because you can stake that easily on their desktop wallet. You just put it in your savings account and you are earning that passive income. If you haven't seen, I did a whole video on passive income and how relevant it is, especially with the bear market we've been seeing. That's why we're able to be in here, not really being emotional. We're doing this on a daily basis. We see long-term potential in cryptocurrencies. Plus, I do mining for passive income, staking, masternodes, all kinds of things to make that passive income where when these prices look down, I'm still gaining and dollar cost averaging into cryptocurrencies in general.
Here's BNB on a little longer-term chart. I saw somebody mention that again. I mean, that chart does look good as well. And I do like the exchange. So, but it has, these are pretty big, decent pullbacks off the highs. So, if you're trailing close stops, you're getting stopped out at the lows. So, again, right here, I don't think I'd be using many stops on things. Get the coins you like and try to ride them.
There you go. Well, I think that's about. I mean, this is a hour and 10-minute long show. Unless you guys have anything dire or any kind of thing you want me to look at for tomorrow's show, I do have to go do an AGI review since that was a super chat. We just want to thank everybody who does give super chats and watches us on a daily basis. Whether you give a super chat out of the kindness of your heart or you want me to do a fundamental review or want Todd to do some Wyckoff analysis, more in-depth analysis, we really appreciate that. But obviously it's never, we don't need that or want that from you guys. But I just want to make sure you understand that we appreciate everything you do for us. I know everybody says, hey, thanks for getting on here every day and all the help you give us. But really, we do it because you guys are like a second family, friends, etc. I enjoy doing it. And also, you guys have presented a lot of good ideas to me and gave me the opportunity to do a lot of reviews and interviews on good projects as well.
Well, I'd say these...
All right, that's about it. You got anything else over there, Todd? What you got?
I'm reading Gary's comments here. What else was I going to say? No. Let's go back to Bitcoin here real quick. Get a last minute check. 76.28 still. So, yeah, I'm still leaning to the upside here. So, later, Tree Man, Driven Muffin.
Don't forget to leave that ECA wallet address. It will be substantial. The minimum I'll give anybody is probably $5,000, which is worth about $10. Also, I was thinking more about giving out 10,000 ECA per winner, which would be more like $20 for simply watching us two dumb individuals over here who know nothing about cryptocurrencies. Oh my God.
Can we refuse super chats?
Can I give that back?
That's your job. He didn't ask for TNA. He wants fundamental review. You just told everybody, right? You just told everybody if you give us super chats, we'll do reviews.
All right, Tom.
Now
Fair
you got to
enough.
spend some time.
I'm going to do a 20-minute long, pre-recorded, unbiased fundamental review on XRP for you this weekend. I'll dig into XCurrent, XRapid, and XVIA, explain which ones utilize XRP, break down the percentages, and look where and how XRP can potentially succeed in the future and where it might have some downfalls as well.
And then tell us how many coins you buy after you actually dig into it.
Oh my gosh.
We sold it at 90. You should have bought it back down here.
No.
It's a good trading coin.
I was forced to buy it. I was forced by the community to buy it. Thanks, Tom, for that one. I'll have plenty of fun doing that this weekend for you, so keep an eye out for a recorded video. Anything else? Any last thoughts, Todd? Any coin you think they need to buy now?
He owns 96,000 now. Nice little position, Tom.
Yeah, that's a small position. No biggie. Oh, man. All right. Sounds good. We'll do it.
I appreciate it, Tom.
Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. That is awesome. We really appreciate that, though, in all seriousness.
All right, guys.
That's
Bob
it.
LaHoe, you are late. You're usually in here. What's going on? Ryzen, I won't give you a review on the Big Mac, but I did have a quarter pounder today, and I will pass. I like the smaller, cheaper ones or whatever before they changed it.
You're bearish on the quarter pounders?
I'm bearish on the quarter pounder. I was a seller at the window.
There you go. Jay Stevens says
the dogs ate it.
Buy some Digibytes. Gary says buy Dent. And somebody else said look into Peepcoin. There are actually, what are they rebranding to? DApps or something like that. DCN if you guys want to look at that one. And there we go. Bard wants somebody to donate $20 for a fundamental on Trump coin. Okay, this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. We will see you guys later. Make sure to tune in tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Time for another live episode right here at Learn Crypto to get your updates on daily cryptocurrency news.
And Jaws is right below here. He's laying right below us. But he doesn't like coming up the spiral staircase because he won't go down it. I got to carry him. He's a little heavy.
And he's pretty heavy. He's like a little meatball. Later, guys. Peace out. It was fun as usual. Good luck trading, and let's see these markets go to the moon.
Later, money.
Oh, hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck. Everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.